What's up, guys? PowerManiac720 here, and I have for you Game 2 from the top 8 of the West Hartford Premier Challenge versus Jerry Sandiford. So Game 1 was super close. I only won because Cobalan outsped the Ments, which I was surprised by, but it's also really good information for Game 2. So right away I lead Lopunny and Lopunny and Sylveon against his Ments and Zapdos. So I have an awesome lead matchup, I think, because I have so much offensive pressure right now. As he switches in his Swampert. So Lopunny Mega Evolves into Mega Lopunny, which is badass looking, especially with that braided ears. As Ments, of course, just protects. I did fake out the Zapdos, thinking that he was going to try like a Tailwind thing, but that didn't happen. So Hyper Voice comes out and does a really good chunk of damage to Swampert. So of course Swampert, the reason people run Swampert is for Wide Guard. So I know, and I'm locked into Hyper Voice at this point. So I switch out Sylveon for Gengar, expecting a Wide Guard. And Ments Mega Evolves, and it's really good to know that the Ments is slow because I now know I can hit it with Gengar before it hits me. And so I just go for the return and knock out the Swampert, which I do. As he actually goes for the Hyper Voice, which I was shocked by because I was assuming the whole time it was physical. But picks up the KO on Lopunny, no surprise there, and does a huge chunk of damage, no surprise to Gengar. So now that I know special, I feel really good about the match because, of course, I can just Hyper Voice without taking too much damage. And he goes for the Helping Hand, which I was kind of surprised by. But I mean, he kind of has to knock out. He also was surprised that my Gengar outsped his Salamence, but I guess he doesn't know speed tiers very well because Gengar's faster than Cobalan, and Cobalan outsped. So double Hyper Voice comes out. It still doesn't even do half damage to Sylveon, even with a Helping Hand. So I mean, it just kind of shows how underwhelming the power of a modest Ments is. As Hyper Voice is able to pick up both KOs. I honestly thought I was in really big trouble when I thought I could have been in trouble when I saw Ments come out, just because I assumed it was physical. I knew I could burn it, but if I missed Will-O-Wisp, I could have been in trouble. But seeing that it was special, I felt really good. As we see Zapdos come out as his last Pokemon, which, once again, can't really touch my Sylveon. And plus I have Stone Edge on Cobalan, which does a really good chunk of damage, like 80%. Thunderbolt comes out onto Cobalan, does a really good chunk of damage and gets a paralysis, but too little too late as Hyper Voice comes out from Sylveon and picks up the KO on Zapdos. So with that, I win the game and win the set and move on to top 4. Unfortunately, my top 4 opponent didn't want me posting the videos to my channel just yet because he's probably going to be using some of his team from the video for a regional, which I'm fine with. Obviously, if people don't want their stuff posted, I don't care. I mean, I wouldn't want stuff revealed too if I had something cool planned. My opponent definitely had a cool team too, but I lost in top 4, 2-0. Couldn't beat one of my opponent's Pokemon because I didn't really have a good counter for it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed these videos. Until next time, bye.